Okay, I'm in live. Um, well, first I want to apologize for the deletion of the stream that I did previously. There's a lot of things that has transpired which caused me to delete the stream, and one of the things that I'm going to tell you is directly relating to a parallel that I've finally meditated and discovered. Um, One of the things that I have really noticed that has went on, especially with this stream, is very parallel to someone I know who wanted me and my crew in my stream. And unfortunately, what happened was their close friend didn't like the idea of it. So they, in result, had turned against them. Now, in my case, it's very identical, except the flip side is that the person did not turn against me and we had worked things out. So that's all Gucci. But at the same time, I'm extremely bothered by how the stream went in the end. Um, I didn't want this to happen. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of laughs, a lot of joys, a lot of happy-go-lucky things going on, a lot of snark comments going on, and I love it. Makes me laugh. But one thing I did notice is that I noticed that there was a parallel going on with my stream. And I want to make this clear, and this is going to be the last time I do this. So I want to make everything freaking clear. I'm not going to delete any other video on the stream. Whatever goes, goes. If you don't like it, well, it's just, I'm not doing it again. This is my channel, and I'm responsible for everything that goes on and transpire here. If it caused you to feel some sort of way about me, then you can take it out in the world and release it to the public information and say, anything about me. I don't care. But what I do care is the fact that I'm modifying my content on the basis of the viewpoint of yours, and that is something that had really got me upset, because then it's like I'm just like the person who um, did not like, well, I didn't like at first, and still to this day I don't like this person. And this person had wanted to have a civil debate, the same thing that I wanted to do with the same person. And so the same sort of parallels had drawn between. Oh, hey, Lewis, what's going on? Yeah, the same sort of parallels that has drawn between that. So I didn't want that, and I was not going to have that, period. Um, Another thing that I wanted to mention was we have to be, as adults, to learn to accept individuals that we may not like in our circle. And we have to learn how to put personal drama and beef behind us and learn to grow from it. Because if we continuously repeat it, we're not handling things in a professional manner. We're going to this mean girl route territory that's doesn't it's uncalled for. Yes, do I feel the way I do about the person I don't like? Of course I do. But if the person comes into my stream and wants to say their two piece, I'm under the moderation of doing that. I'm under liability to moderate everything that goes on in that stream, period. Okay? And it's something that I wanted to get out of my chest, because although the end point afterwards was I worked things out and it's all Gucci, as I mentioned. But at the same time, I wanted to get this out of my chest, because one thing I do not like is when someone else um, ends my all the hard work that I put into something, and then ends it off of petty bullshit that doesn't call for. Period. And I wanted to put that in out there in on the forefront so everyone can see it, because it's something that was troubling for me. So I just want to put it out there. And it was also embarrassing at the very end. And it because what happens is that I just felt like I had no control over my channel. You know what I mean? It felt like I was just being liable to their decisions and viewpoint. And I just I want to get this out the way, just so that we're clear. This is ZTB's channel. Okay. So whatever I say goes. If I want something in here that you don't like, I'm going to put it. Regardless of whatever happens in the past, if something happens, you come to me privately and you talk to me. If there's any issues or anything that goes on, you just come and talk to me. That's all. You don't, I don't want, if I invite you in the stream, I want you to be professional about it. I want everything to be professional about it. Yeah, you're right, Lewis. Not much. I heard that person and his thing was going on, but you're right. Let's put this whole yeah, that's the whole idea. I want everything to be put aside, and that's my intention. But at the same time, I knew how it will end, and it was my fault. So I do apologize to the individuals that were affected negatively by it. And I do apologize for everything that I have did and said that has caused some sort of disturbance in the force, if you will. So that's one thing I want to say. But at the same time, I want you to respect my channel. Okay? This is my channel, and whatever I do, you have to respect it. If there's something that is mind-boggling, you want to first address the person in a privately or just message them. Maybe after they're doing their stream, or if they invite you in, you can just depart and leave and then talk to the person later. But aside from that, you want things to be in a professional manner, period. And we were having a blast. We were having a good time. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to mention any names because this is not a call out say, and it's not a drama. It's just addressing why I deleted the previous video and why I wanted to get that out the open, because if I didn't get this out the open, I probably would have just I don't know. I probably would have just have a little bit of regret. And I don't want to have regret. So I just want to get this out the open. If I decide this channel to be branching out with people that may trigger you, well, that's just the nature of the channel. That is just the nature of how the channel is. And sometimes you may encounter people that you're just not going to like. Plenty of times for example, I worked in retail. Now I'm off and I do babysitting part-time. Okay. So I do babysitting part-time, get paid for that. Okay. And then after that, sometimes I go back to part-time with my college. Right now I'm off the semester for work study. So now I'm doing babysitting part-time to make that cuentadas. But at the same time, I have to deal with on the go with people who literally I don't like and people I'm forced to work with in a project that literally I don't care for, because I don't have a malice for them. I just don't like them. I don't like their company. I don't like whatever they have. But I know for the nature of the project, I have to put my differences aside just so the project can come out. Right? Because you don't want to abandon ship after working so hard in building the ship just because someone in the ship is someone that you just don't want to be bunk with or in the ship with you. So it's more so of either you, and the thing of it is you don't want to destroy the ship. Because in this case, if you kick out the individual, you're also kicking out the ship itself. And I don't want to abandon ship. And I had to abandon ship for the last video I did about electronics. So I just want to get that out the way. Once again, I do apologize. Your channel is meant for food entertainment. What? You talking about Carlos? You're talking about Carlos. You said, no, it's okay, but you just had to get out your system. Yeah. And people need to respect your channel and wishes. Yeah. I mean, that's really, look, I'm going to apologize once again. It's my fault for allowing things to get out of hand, for some people to feel, a little bit insecure about it and bothered. And I fully listen. I fully will get that. My mission is not to end things or to rant or to say anything, but I just want to put my 2 cents into what I feel and ultimately tell exactly how to handle things. And if in the adult life and when you're doing especially when you're doing corporate business, you're going to deal with people who literally you don't like. You're going to have to partner with and team up with, and maybe you may have to get help from from those kinds of people. I know that's shocking to say, but you're going to have to do that. So yeah, those people, you just have to just understand that yes, you don't like them, and you want nothing to do with them, and you don't want your friends to have anything to do with them. But at the same time, you also have to respect your friends' hard work and your friends' dedication to something they produce. And if you're destroying that on the basis of animosity, then that means that that's overweighing and over dwelling for the project that they worked their asses off for. Period. And that's no good. That's no good. That's no good at all. It destroys all the talent that the person had put into something in order for them to just be blindsided by the animosity. So I understand where the animosity comes from, and I really do understand the origin. Trust me, I fully well do. But I know how to put on a face for entertainment and not let personal ties destroy what I've worked hard for. Only this time on the basis of friendship is why I got rid of that stream I just did, just for the basis of friendship, nothing more. But I'm going to repeat myself, and this will be the final time. I won't do that again. I meant to say it's typo for entity. It's okay, Lewis. I'm going to repeat myself again. It is not going to happen again. And when I say that, I mean I'm not going to delete any more videos on the basis of you feel an animosity towards the other individual. Okay? That's just what it is. That's just honestly what it is. And I really have nothing more to say. That's just what it is. When you become of age of a person who experiencing corporate branch and just dealing with a bunch of fake ass mofos who you have to kiss ass to, you can't really blame your friend for hanging out or chilling with this person. Like for example, if there's someone that you're close with and they're chilling with someone that they don't like I had plenty of moments where when I was growing up, I had a lot of moments actually. I had one friend who was hanging out with a bully who used to bully me back in middle school. And at first I was perplexed by the fact that this person was hanging out with this individual who used to bully me back in middle school. But at the same time, I didn't hold a grudge. I didn't get on the person's head. I didn't bite the person's ass just because of that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do that. I really have to stop saying, you know what I mean. I sound like Ariana Grande. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I sound like. But yeah, that I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. And it was really, really something that I had to learn how to do with my own personal animosity and grow from that. So that's the only thing. Oh my god, my microphone was on mute. Fake cough. But we're gonna try this again. This is part of the learning process. So I wanted to introduce you to the Elgato 4K 60S Plus. As I introduced to the capture icon, let me just review it again. There are three types of external portable capture cards. The first one is the Elgato HD60S. The second one is the Elgato HD60 Plus, and the third one is the 4K 60S Plus. Now, this is the bad boy that we're going to be reviewing. We're not going to be reviewing these two because these two are outdated and they're mostly 1080p, which is still good if you own one. But if you don't own one, well, just stick with this one. So I hope I'm going live. I hope people can hear me. But this bad boy right here, the Elgato HD60S, this does 40 megabits per second. Okay, so it's pretty decent for 1080p, considering YouTube only accepts 12 megabits per second for 1080p 60 frames video, which is good, which is standard. And then you got the HD60S Plus, which does 60 megabits. This is what my AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 4K does. It's pretty sleek. It's pretty cool. And last, oh no, don't go anywhere. Then last is the big powerhouse Mamma Jamma. This does whopping of 4K, which is 2160p, double the amount of 1080p. S Plus, and we're going to see what exactly the specs of it, and we're going to talk about it. So like Tamron Hall says, come on, let's talk about it, y'all. Okay, so the 4K 60S Plus can capture 4K HDR anywhere. And as you can see, the shop now button is completely gone. Well, it's there, but it's blank out. So you can't, you click on it, nothing's going to happen because it's not in the market yet, but it's in development. This is how the capture card. Okay, I don't know if my capture card is having a seizure on the screen or what. I don't know what's going on, but something is going on and it's pulsating like a vibrator. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna see these three buttons, and you're gonna see these three inputs. Well, two inputs, one button, and the big middle one, which looks like a big Target sign, like the Target logo, like you just right in the middle, period, right in the middle. Looks like it's having its period. And you also have the SD card slot, which is where all of your data, your video and audio merge into one. Whoopsie daisy, because I just drink it on this vanilla bean tea. Slurpalicious. And you're gonna use this SD card input to stick your SD card in, and you can use well, duh, you're gonna stick your SD card in there. Of course you are. You better stick it in. If you don't stick it in, nothing's gonna come out. So stick it in. You're gonna use you're gonna use a minimum of 256 gigabytes for the SD card. The maximum's over 1 terabyte. So as long as you have between the range of 256 gig and 1 terabyte, you should be fine. It also has the input right here, and this input right here is also for audio. So basically, if you want to hook up a external audio, which using the headphone jack, 3.5 millimeters, a microphone, or if you want to just simply record your friend's conversation, you can do that. You can do that with this connection right here. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice thing you can use for your capture card, especially if you're doing a live stream and you're talking with your friends and you want your friends to, with their embarrassing conversations that they talk about, like playing with their mom's tools. Those things are, you want to get recorded for receipts, and also you want to get recorded because it's fun to have, and it's embarrassing and mostly fun. So use the input for that. So yeah. It's great for live stream. Gamers would enjoy the input. I have this button as well. This button exists on the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 4K, and it's perfect for recording any live streams from other friends, and also using higher quality mics with using the 3.5 millimeters. So good to go. It says freedom fuels your creativity. Now run with it. Now I'm pretty sure these guys pretty much had, did the nasty before they started gaming. You can just tell who's the top and who's the bottom. I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious. But in this case, they decided to top and bottom their way to gaming with the Xbox One X, and don't forget their 4K HD 60s Plus Elgato. Now, this capture card is fully great for recording on the go. As you can see, the Xbox One X is right there. And you can also record all of your gameplay live and direct with your friends. If there's any highlights you want to record, you can also use that all in 2160p. Now, that is so real. It's so real because it actually exists. So if you think it's fantasy, well, this ain't drama world. This ain't dream world. So it's real. All you gotta do is press that red button and it will light up and it will just record your gameplay footage. Very easy. It's great, it's fun, it's creative, it's unique, it's there, and it's real. Because that is so real. Recording 4K HDR content is usually confined to production studios with hefty desktop rigs. Well, not anymore. Compact and portable 4K 60s Plus sports all the cutting edge technology you need to record high fidelity gameplay anywhere, even without a computer. So it's portable. For the first time and anytime, a actual portable 4K 60 frames HDR capture card is in production, and I am so happy about that, guys. You want to know why? Because for years I've been dreaming of a 4K capture card since 2014. I was gonna say the 4K capture card. First of all, the capture card itself ain't gonna be in production until like in the way future when 4K becomes the new 1080p. And I was thinking that ain't happening anytime soon. Well, lo and behold, I was right. 6 years later. It was in production for a long time. It actually came out around 2014, but it was very expensive for a 4K capture card. Now it should be consumer friendly when it comes to price, and I'm so happy that it's out for production, and that other people can enjoy it. And is this a sponsorship by Elgato? No, it's not. I wish it was so I can be making money, but if it was, I probably would not do this live. I probably will definitely do this post-production because I'm very too vulgar with my mouth and my statements. So I would probably have to redo this constantly, make a script, and then make it for post-production value if I'm releasing it via for cointadas. No one is viewing. That's okay. They're gonna view it later. So scrolling down. So I made a joke in my previous stream, and I did earlier just now, not too long ago, when I thought I had my mic on and I didn't. So I'm going to repeat myself again. I thought this name was Michael Jackson because I first look at it, I'm like, Michael Jackson? I didn't know Michael Jackson is alive and into gaming. Well, he did work on Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I didn't know he was creating for Elgato products. I was like, word, he alive and he helping Elgato? I'm like, oh shoot, getting jiggy with it, moonwalking on electronics. I was like, oh snap. But unfortunately, it's not Michael Jackson, it's Michael Johnson. So thank you for being part of the StreamCon 2020, since that's actually a thing. And I didn't know it. I didn't know this was a thing, and it is. Sponsored by Elgato merchandise. So they show the controller right here, the DualShock 4 of the PS4, and the Elgato 4K 60s Plus. This is how it looks like from an overhead view. And it looks very pretty and very black. Okay, so they show an SD card here. This is what you're going to need, the 1 terabyte. This is the highest that I would believe you can get on the market at stores. Stores really don't sell 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes you would have to get off of Amazon or Newegg. You can't really get it from other, venues. You can only get it from if you're going to get a 1 terabyte, that's really the highest you're going to go, and you're going to pay a lot of money. Like you're going to be paying like roughly like close to $300 for a 1 terabyte SD card at certain places. So be very careful of the places you get it from. I recommend Amazon because you can always get it for like $100 and something, and it's cheap for people to pay for. So I recommend getting it from Amazon because you can get the best deals for that 1 terabyte SD card. Okurrrt. Wait, that didn't sound too good. Let me drink some my vanilla tea. Here we go again. Okurrrt. There we go. Built to tour, from local meetups to global capture events, saving your performance couldn't it be easier? Just insert an SD card and hit it and record. No PC or software necessary. Of course it is, because you don't need any PC to record with this bad boy. This bad boy is all portable, and this is very important. So I'm going to teach you what this is, because this is the big meat of the package, if you get what I mean. Next gen encoding, the HEVC chip on board, the 4K 60S Plus, touts whatever, the highest encoding performance possible. Now you can record up to 7 hours of action-packed 4K HDR gameplay to a 256, exactly what I said, this amount, 256 gigabyte SD card, or record directly to your PCs and hard drive without overloading its CPU. This is very important. You don't want to overload your CPU. You don't want to overload the processing power from it, because you want your PC to do most of its processing power on actually playing the gameplay, where your capture card records the gameplay itself. So you want to make sure your PC is dedicated, if you're playing PC games, that it's dedicated to playing the PC and not recording the games, as well as simultaneously playing it. So this chip right here, the HEVC chip, which is also called the H.265 chip, is very important. This is the new form of compression, and it's the best form of compression for 4K videos, because it also compresses it at a very nice compress quality rate that is perfect for viewing, and it's close to being lossless, which means very little to no data being lost within the image itself, the video itself, more so than H.264. H.264 is good for 1080p videos, but it's still outdated. YouTube still uses H.264, and I'm like, what the hell, YouTube? Why are you still using that? That is a bad encoding. I don't know why they're using that. I don't know why they're doing that. It just doesn't make any sense. YouTube, what is wrong with you? Don't do that. But they need to upgrade with the times and get a HEVC slash H.264 encoder. I'm sorry, H.265 encoder, and use that for their processing. That's why the videos on YouTube looks kind of blurry and pixelated, even in 1080p, because of that encoder that they're using. It's very outdated. So the HEVC is more up to date, and it makes a higher compression with very lossless encoding going on with it. So it's even better than H.264. It's H.265, y'all. So here we go, scrolling down. Okay, so this is another thing. So my capture card has this, where it has a pass-through output connection, and this pass-through goes to your television set or your monitor, so you can view what you're playing or what you're recording. So it says true pass-through. Whether broadcasting live or future-proofing your archive, your gaming experience remains unaltered. Stunning 4K HDR at 60 frames per second with absolute zero lag. So this is what I want you to see. So they're playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and guarantee you, yep, that's the PlayStation 4 Pro. So they're playing this game, and they're playing it without any lag on the pass-through. Now, what that means is when they stream out through the via HDMI, because there are two ports in the HDMI on the capture card. There's the input where you put the signal in, and the output where you stream it out to your television or your monitor, and you observe the recording of how it's going live. And most streamers, they tend to do this. It's very easy. It's very fun to basically observe the recordings live as you're playing them. And latency is very important. You want your capture card to have the least amount of latency. And right here, as you can see, the latency next to the capture is 250 ms, which is pretty damn good. Okay, that's even less than mine. So you want the latency to be as low as possible. And if it's less and if it's low, then it's perfect. And I'm going to sip on this tea because my throat is itching me. Yummy. I love it. Yes. So this is what you have, and this is the two monitors. I think they're both dual monitors. One is the capture, the other one is the pass through. So they have two monitors. I've been thinking of getting myself two monitors, one for seeing the gameplay, the other one for recording the gameplay and streaming it. I think it'd be more efficient. So they have the PS4 Pro, You have the DualShock 4 up there, and you have the capture card right in the middle. Look how good it looks next to all these devices. Everything is black. This is why the saying goes: once you go black, you don't ever want to come back. I know that's right. Setup for your studio. Back at your workplace, connect the VIA USB 3.0 and instantly elevate your Twitch or YouTube channel. Oh yeah. 4K 60S Plus works seamlessly with popular PC broadcasting apps, including OBS Studio. This man is clearly not masturbating. If he is, he's masturbating to his beautiful footage because this looks amazing. I see that HD camera that you got up there. That's pretty cool. And the lighting is pretty cool too. I've been thinking of getting this for a gaming room because I've been thinking of building myself a gaming room. And you can see the PS4 Pro, which is a bad place to put that. Why would he put that there? That is a horrible place. Why would he do that? Why would you do that? That's horrible. But the capture card is in the right place. Just the PS4 Pro, that's a really bad, shitty place to put that there. I hope he has good stability in the background. Really make sure he has good stability in the background, because if he doesn't have that, he done goof. He goof. Sir Game Masturbator. Choose your mode. So there's two different modes, as you know. There's the standalone mode, which is basically without the PC, and that is basically PC free mode. You use the SD card to capture your gameplay. So it says your recording workhouse 4K 60S works both hard and smart. Ooh la la. 4K HDR gameplay easily, efficiently, and without a computer, of course. So this is how it works for the standalone mode, which is PC free, which is PC, SD, whatever, without. SD card slot records 4K 60 HDR directly to an SD card, and they tell the UHS class speed, which is 3 by V30, which is very important because every SD card comes with a certain class speed. So you want to make sure that is following that class speed within. You can't just spend for an SD card and say, ooh, it's 256 gigabits. I mean, it's 256 gigabytes. Let me pay for that. And just think that, because the price is on fleek, that you must pay for it. No, you look at the class speed too. Because if the class speed doesn't match, that means it's incompatible. I've had this happen plenty of times when using Samsung SD cards on my capture card where it was not compatible via SD card mode because the class speed was no longer applicable for it. So catch that on fleek. And then you also have the record button. You just press it. See, they just press it and it records, like you're pressing a target or pressing someone's period. That's what you do. See, look at that. Period. Boom. Lights up red like a period. The capacitive touch sensor pulsates red. You see? Period, to signal recording. So this is what you do to simply record. Just press that one button. I mean, so easy. A dumbass can do it. I'm one myself. Audio input captures all the PS4 audio. This is what I was talking to you about, the headphone jack. It captures the PS4 audio when using the chat link, so you can capture your friends' embarrassing conversations about what they did to their mother. So, then there's that. Capture chat link, connect a headset to your controller. Just plug it right in. Bam. Look at that. Like you're plugging in your tool. Real-time optimization. And this is what I want you to understand about the HEVC encoder. So automatically detects display settings of your screen. So it reads exactly what your screen supports, and then automatically optimize your recording settings of your console. So it optimizes it so that way it's best suited for what your console can do. And then it records whatever it does. So if your capture card is recording something that does not have a 4K signal, or it does not have an HDR signal coming with it, it won't record that. It will just record whatever signal that's available and the non-HDR counterpart, because it does that too. And it also has the PC connected mode, or at least with the PC, your production powerhouse. Dedicated PC software for maximum performance, powerful yet easy to use. Meet the 4K CU custom built to help you get the most out of your 4K 60S Plus. And as you can see, the capture resolution is 2160p by 59, which is, you upscale that would be at 60 frames per second. HDR, of course, because, that's the newest brand of colors. So Gotta get with the high def times, people. Or in this case, the ultra high def with HDR times, if you have it, if you can afford it. I know some people can. So it does HDR10 capture, records vivid highlights and deep shadows. As you can see, HDR allows a lot of basically, it's more than just playing with the color saturation. It's actually incorporating some colors that are not applicable natively on the console, that you literally have to have a TV that supports it and a console that also can distribute it out to your devices. So that's pretty cool. And this is a neat feature too. It supports flashback recording, slide back in time to save gameplay retroactively, which means that you can actually edit your videos while it's recording live or streaming live, and you can edit some parts out that you don't want to see or want anyone else to see recording wise, so you don't even have to wait until you end the recording. You can just still record and chop out parts through flashback recording and see which parts you don't want, and then basically cut them out and get your professional clips going on. You can even use it if you're doing speedrun contests. Who needs to know your failures? Just don't show it. Just do flashback recording. That's it. Think smart and be cheap. Of course, live commentary. Add your voice as a separate track. This is simple. Most capture cards supports this feature. I think only the first gen capture. Oh, he failed. That's sad. Um, I think only the first gen capture cards didn't support live commentary, but the second gen and every other capture cards that was released supports it. First gen capture cards are capture cards that like the Dazzle and the Easy Cap. Those are first gen capture cards. And then the second gen capture cards are like the HD PVR, the original with the component and stuff. Third gen capture cards are the HDMI ones. So that would be like the Roxio, the Elgato HD60S, and the and the Hauppauge HD PVR 2. Those would be third gen. And then Video Library just stores all your videos there on the software. You can always go back and replay them, yada yada. More important stuff that is less important to you. And this is the capture card itself. This is the beauty that I want. The beauty. Let me check the chat, see if y'all people want. No, you guys ain't watching. The beauty of them all. I'm sorry about that. I need to drink some more tea because my voice. It's late. So I nearly choked on my tea. So this is the 4K capture card. This is it from the side view, overhead view, front and back, like you're observing a person from the front and from the back. Make sure that is on fleek. You know what I'm saying? But let me show you what stuff is on fleek. The backside. Ooh. It supports a USB 3.0 cable, as you know. This is for PC mode. So if you're going to connect it to your PC, well, there you go. That's what it supports. It also supports the power adapter, which you will need for PC's free / standalone mode. So make sure if you're doing that, then you have that power adapter, and because it won't turn on. And then you have the input and the output. This is the HDMI in. You just plug your HDMI in that. And the HDMI out streams out the signal, as you know. So again, basic knowledge a dumbass like myself can do. Us dumbasses need to feel smart anyway. So this is the comparison to show us the see what I mean? I'm a dumbass. 4K 60S Plus, and then the 4K 60 Pro, and then the HD 60 Pro, HD 60S Plus, HD 60S. All of the comparisons in the chart right here. So this also does 1080p 60 frames. So if you're wondering, does it does 1080p 60? It does, and it does all the other resolutions below that. It also does, as you know, 2160p capture, HDR. It does that. It does not do 240 frames of 1080 and 144 frames of 1080. It doesn't do that. So if you're thinking you're going to get that out of this capture card, you're not. You're going to have to get the 4K 60 Pro, which is PCI and is built into your desktop, or you can add it to your desktop and it will do that. But as far as the standalone capture cards, well, no bueno. It doesn't do that in that frame rate. It does feature a limited capture, which most capture cards does, where you can capture it as much times as you want to. There's no limitation or cap to how many times you can capture, but there is limitations to storage, so just remember that. It does not support instant game view, which means that you can play the game exactly when starting up the capture card, as in there won't be any delay. There will be like a 3 second to 2 second delay between the recording and the live footage. So just want to let you know, if you're doing that, please be using the pass-through option instead. You're going to need 2 monitors for this. You need one monitor to play, the other monitor to record, so you can know which monitor is good for gaming and playing your games without any input delay. So you don't want that. So just putting it out there. And of course, this one has the hardware encoder of HEVC and H.264. It supports both. H.264 is relatively for 1080p videos. They're best suited for that, although I don't recommend this encoder all the time because it can sometimes compress the shit out of your videos. I recommend HEVC. It's much better. And then you also have flashback recording. As I mentioned, you can rewind your live footage as you're recording and take out parts that you really just don't like. And live commentary, as you know, as I mentioned. And of course, the interface is USB 3.0 or an SD card method, whichever you prefer. You're really gonna pay for this capture card just for the SD card, okay? You ain't gonna pay for it for the USB 3.0. You don't want your PC to do all that heavy lifting unless you got that solid demon drive, okay? I don't got a solid demon drive. And when I say solid demon drive, I'm not talking about an SSD. I'm talking about literally a powerhouse of a PC. I don't have that. I don't have that. The maximum, this is very important, the maximum bitrate is 140 megabits per second. Very important because this is more than double the amount of what my AverMedia does. My AverMedia does 60 megabits per second for 4K video. This does 140 megabits per second, thereby giving you the best image as it can in PC mode. And in PC free mode, it's usually half. So you may get 140, you'll definitely probably get 70 megabits per second, which is really all you need for your 4K videos. You don't need anything higher than that. You just need a capture card that does exactly what YouTube or Twitch can support, minimal, and then you're good to go. You're golden. Doesn't support multi-app support, but who cares? You're not going to be using that. Multi-device support, yes, it does. It supports multiple outputs for streaming out the footage. So it supports that. You can even use a splitter if you want to do that. You can buy a splitter, look it up. Splitters allows you to split the HDMI connection, different ports, so you can have multiple devices streaming the same connection. So it's pretty cool. Okay, specifications. The input is HDMI unencrypted. Output HDMI lag-free pass-through. The supported resolutions, it supports every resolution from 240 to, I think it's 240p up to 2160p, 60 frames. So, bam. It also supports HDR 10-bit pass-through and recording, which is pretty cool. Encoding, it does HEVC/H.265, which is the newest addition to capture card and video encoding. Basically, if you want to get compression that is right for you, this is the one. It also supports AVC H.264, but who cares about that? That shit is suck. Dimensions, who cares about that? Weight, who cares about that? If you can't lift that and it's too much for you, then please just shoot yourself in the face. In the box, it comes with the 4K 60S Plus power supply, 2 USB cable, and HDMI 2.0 cable. So these are the 2 USB cables, USB 3.0 that it comes with. The HDMI right here. The manual looks freaking gorgeous. It looks like the PS4 manual. The capture card itself, the AC adapter. I don't know what these are, but someone in the comments will probably tell me what these are. I don't know what these are. I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. The system requirements, it uses Windows 10, 64-bit RAM. I have the exact RAM needed to use this. 8 gig RAM minimum, built-in USB 3.0 port. The CPU is a 6th generation Intel Core i5, which is perfect. I have an 8th generation Intel Core i3, which is equivalent to a 7th generation Intel Core i5. So I got it going on, buddy. And an AMD Ryzen 7 or better. And the GPU is an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 10X or better. This video card, I'm gonna upgrade for my desktop so that way I can run higher processing content on it. So of course you're gonna need it. And you're also gonna need an internet connection. Duh. If you don't have internet connection, how the hell are you watching this video then? That's the conspiracy I want to know. Okurrrt. Wait, that didn't sound good. Let me try it again. Okurrrt. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna get it right. Okurrrt. Yeah, one more time. Okurrrt. There we go. That sounded a little bit. That's okay. I'll stick with that. And the power outlet. Discover more. You have these 3 other products you want to use for professional gameplay, for live streaming. If you want the green screen to put a fake ass background, like you're living in some rich mansion when you know damn well you're not, there's a green screen for you. The Stream Deck, which makes it easier to stream. And I guess this is the multi-app function that they were talking about for the Stream Deck. I know Elgato supports the software Stream Deck that does the same thing. And basically, you have to hook up the device to it so you can have multiple apps where you can stream directly to different sources. So that's pretty cool. And the lighting, so you can get the best look to yourself. You can hook yourself up and make yourself look pretty for the camera, knowing damn well you got some imperfections on that fucking ugly mug. So make sure you make yourself look pretty live and direct when you're live streaming, okay? So that's all for the Elgato of what I would love for you guys to invest yourself in, because I'm damn sure gonna sell my AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 eventually when this comes out in the market. To buy it, because I would love to buy it. Let me see if I can buy it. Hold on. Oh, that's my cart. Yeah, I didn't buy anything from them yet. But I did buy from Best Buy for the Elgato HD60S. That's what I did. But for this one, once this goes in the market and the price comes out, hopefully it's about $299 so I can pay for it. If it's more than that, we're gonna have some problems because you're asking for too much coin dollars, and that's the issue. But I'm really, really happy about this capture card coming out because for the first time ever, there's a portable 4K 60 frames HDR compatible capture card where I don't even need my PC to do all the hard work in recording the footage that is necessary and needed. So that is the only tech news I have. We would have had a bigger and louder and more greater tech news, but in terms of the Elgato, I think that's pretty much good enough for gamers to use and utilize. So let me check the live chat to see how that's going. Okay, well, since no one is viewing and people are probably sleeping because it's late, and I'm pretty much gonna end the stream because I want to at least end it off on a positive note. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in for the last stream that I deleted and for you enjoying and laughing your ass off on the things and the shiz that was going on. I appreciate it. I love you all so much. But at the same time, also, I'm going to say this. This is my channel. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And that's that on that. You know, this is no shade towards you, no shade towards anyone who don't like it. But this is my channel. And, you know, like Tamarin Hall says, you know, if we have a topic, let's talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it and I don't care. So, you know, I said what I said and this is what's going to happen. This is what's happening here. And I appreciate you guys again for your support. And I hope you guys can see a less, not drama free. I can't promise you no drama, but at least a more positive, radiant energy coming from this channel and more of a ZTB shiz and sensual shiz and comedic shiz like I usually do. So thank you so much. Thank you, Games and Toilets Productions / Louis Jen, for being here in this time and supporting and understanding what has transpired, and tell it to the world, tell it to the chat and Skype, tell it to this. Well, you're not in our Discord group. Tell it on Skype, and then you can see the responses that you get from other people. So in this case, this is ZTB. I am tuning out. I hope you guys enjoy this revision of the stream I had last time, except with one is the lonely number, and I'm the only one. Oh no. I'm sorry you had to hear that singing, but at least you can hear my slurping. Imagine that in your pants. See you guys later, everyone.